We are back at it. Week 1 of the football season has now been completed. So let's find out how much I sucked at fantasy football this week. Hopefully, not very much. What do I mean, hopefully? I have the result right in front of me. I can't really hold suspense. I don't know what to tell you. I know the results, and that's what we're here to talk about. So, if this is your first time listening to this episode, I believe this is the third episode in the series of Don't Suck at Fantasy Football, where my goal is to not suck at fantasy football. I've got 3 teams, and I'm going to be using this little sideshow to keep track of how I'm doing because I really don't want to suck at fantasy football anymore. I used to watch a lot more football, and I've gotten into it a lot more the last couple years, but baseball still has my heart, and fantasy baseball also has my heart. But I've been really enjoying football so far this year. I've been playing college football, the video game, got a couple dynasties with some friends, and so it's fun to suck at that. And, I watched college football today. Tennessee and Georgia had a hell of a game, and the Tennessee kicker missed it in overtime. No, sorry. He missed it at the end of regulation, made it in overtime, pretty much the same field goal. But then they gave up a touchdown, and Georgia won 44-41. That game was crazy. But we're not here to talk about college football. So week 1 of my 3 teams, and last week when I introduced the team with the bigger roster, and 12 teams in the league, that this is the team I care about the most. The team name, I didn't say it last week. Carl the Cat is Fat, affectionately, I believe is the right word, named after our big orange cat. His name's Carl. He's really not that fat, but you see a big animal, you're just going to be like, yeah, that's a big boy. That's a fat ass cat. So anyway, Carl the Cat is Fat. They were victorious last week, 110.58 to 94.74. Zay Flowers led in scoring, 28.1 points. The worst scoring was the defense, Ravens -2. They played the Bills. And then on the bench, Dallas running back, rookie, I think Javonte Williams scored 20.4. So he will be starting this week in one of the 2 flex positions. The big dogs, this is a standard ESPN fantasy league with the family. Big dogs won 119.86 to 92.62. Pretty good win there. Lamar Jackson led in scoring, 29.3 points. Jamar Chase was the shittiest at 4.6. And Kyler Murray had 18.32 points on the bench, leading in the bench scoring. Those are the 3 stat numbers that I'm going to announce probably every week. The format will change inevitably somehow, but this is how I'm doing it, at least this week. And the team that prevented us from perfection in week 1, Big Mean Carl's Jr., this is another league with friends and family, took the loss 96.98 to 112.26. Shout out Peen. He was a guest on the podcast a long time ago. His actual name's Brendan Brack. So, congrats, dog. I was a dumbass, and I'm going to tell you why. Dumb decisions stop perfection this week. I started Xavier Worthy, who scored 0 points after getting a shoulder injury. I think he ran into Travis Kelce or something. It was stupid. It was stupid, and it was even dumber because I took out Marvin Harrison Jr. and Jackson Smith and Jigba, and Marvin scored like 18-plus points, and Jackson Smith and Jigba led the bench in scoring at 19.4. He's the one guy that I drafted who I was like really didn't know how I felt about it. I don't even know anything about Jackson Smith and Jigba. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing his name right. But I could have won, and I'm a dumbass, so that sucks. Jalen Hurts led that team in scoring, 24.28 points. So he did what he's had to do. They got the Chiefs this week, so he's gonna stay in. He's still gonna start. I think either Jackson Smith or Marvin's gonna start this week for that team. I don't know. So I'll go through the lineups too, and or actually no, let's do transactions first. we'll do transactions and then lineups. By the way, last episode, which might have been last week, I can't remember. So I made a real big point on Carl the Cat is Fat. That's the team I want to be most successful. I made a big point about starting Okonkwo in the tight end spot. He scored 4.9 points, 3 catches, and had at least one really bad drop. So it could have been worse, but it wasn't great. And the team won. Carl the Cat is Fat was victorious. That's all that really matters. But I'm bailing on that idea. Okonkwo will not be starting this week, and this is part of why. I was able to acquire Kyle Pitts from the waiver wire. And so I picked up Kyle Pitts, and I dropped Darnell Mooney, and I also added the Bills defense and dropped the Packers defense. The Bills have a good line of games coming up here, and if the Ravens defense starts going on a cold streak, I want to have Buffalo in my pocket ready, because Buffalo this week, they have the Jets, and then they have Miami, New Orleans, New England. Those are 3 offenses that I personally do not respect. So Miami, New Orleans, New England, and then the Bills have, who do they play this week? They have the Jets. The Jets could still do good. Justin Fields was good last week. But the Packers could also still be good. That could bite me in the ass. And then Darnell Mooney is apparently going to be back from his injury. So, maybe that bites me in the ass. But that team, I like the receiver situation. And as it stands right now, the other receivers I've got Matthew Golden, rookie on the Packers. He didn't do shit in the Thursday game, 1.5 points. And then I've got Devontae Smith as well on the bench. So Devontae Adams, Zay Flowers, absolutely the starters unless something terrible happens. And then this week, this team will be starting Brenton Strange, tight end for the Jaguars. He had 9.9 points last week, 4 catches, 59 yards. He will be in a flex spot, and Kyle Pitts will be in the tight end slot. Please, for the love of God, Michael Penix, if I can benefit from Kyle Pitts now, I would really appreciate it. And then, as I said earlier, Javonte Williams, rookie running back of the Cowboys, will be starting in the second flex spot. The rest of the roster for this week, rest of the lineup is the same this week. Josh Jacobs already played on Thursday, 14.4 points. And then we got, Ashton Genty, Baker Mayfield, Ravens defense, and Dicker the kicker. After the Thursday game, that team is currently 45% chance to win, so still anybody's ball game. The big dogs, they added Travis Etienne Jr. and dropped Jordan Love. Why drop Jordan Love? Because it's an 8-team league, and I already have Kyler Murray on the bench. So I do not need 3 quarterbacks, especially when I have Lamar. And I know damn well I'm going to start him every week besides the bye. Lamar has my unwavering trust. Change this week. Marvin Harrison is in the flex spot this week. And he was in the flex spot last week, so that is not a change. I rescind that statement. The lineup this week is absolutely the fucking same. Except we have Travis Etienne Jr. on the bench, who might be benefiting from the trade of, I think it was Tank Bigsby. But, who are they playing? They're playing Cincinnati. Etienne might start over Marvin, but I doubt it. I really doubt it. I feel good about Marvin. He's probably going to stay. Last team, Big Mean Carl's Jr. That is Carl's full government name. And what's going on in this team? Oh, okay. So some things happened. We dropped Bo Nix and Rashad Bateman. Both did not score for shit last week. I still like Bo Nix, but Bateman was kind of I hope it works out. And I added Justin Herbert in his place. Overall, good add. Justin Herbert started off well. And then Emeka Egbuka. Emeka? E-M-E-K-A. Emeka Egbuka. E-G-B-U-K-A. He scored 23.6 points last week, so I picked him up in place of Bateman. Bench wide receiver. That's That's what that role is. So overall, good moves. Big Mean Carl's Jr. I think is also trotting out the exact same lineup. Oh, except for exact same lineup except for Xavier fucking Worthy's not going to be in. Yeah, I made that fuck up last week, and I don't think he's even playing this week. So I literally cannot fuck that up again. So Marvin Harrison Jr. Getting his second start there. 2 teams he's going to be starting. I guess I could start Egbuka if I wanted to. I think that's the only one who might start in his place just to protect myself from getting double fucked by Marvin. But last week I fucked up by not putting him in. So I guess I owe it to him. So that's what's going on with those teams. There you go. Again, Carl the Cat is Fat is the team that I hope is most successful. They're 1-0. Big Dogs 1-0. Big Mean Carl's Jr. 0-1. So can't go 0-2. Hope that works out. And then, hopefully we keep it rolling. And yeah, this was fun. I enjoyed week 1. I was what prevented me from winning. I can't even blame a player. What's the baseball fact, Adam? Well, I'm glad that you asked. Did you know that it's not like I do a baseball fact, but, baseball's talked about in every episode. That's the guarantee. And even in these football-based episodes, we're talking about fucking baseball every time. Patrick Bailey, the catcher of the San Francisco Giants, I saw today he is the first player ever to hit an inside-the-park walk-off home run and a walk-off home run, regular walk-off home run, in the same year. Look it up. I'm pretty sure that's what I saw, so I'm regurgitating it now. July 8th, Patrick Bailey hit a inside-the-park walk-off home run versus the Philadelphia Phillies. His run was the winning run, so that was very cool. He hit a fucking bomb that bounced off of the brick in right center, bounced away from Brandon Marsh in center field, and then he ran all the way around. The throw wasn't even close. And then just yesterday, September 12th, he hit a walk-off grand slam off the Los Angeles Dodgers. And guess who gave up that home run? Tanner Scott. Poor guy. I hope it works out. My God, he's had a bad stretch. I talked about that in the Dodgers episode recently. So, holy shit, but I was not surprised to see who gave it up. I hope he can figure something out, Mr. Tanner Scott. So, that's the episode. I will be at Flappers Comedy Club at 9 p.m. tonight. Very excited. John Campanelli is the headliner. So, big thanks to him again for having me on here. And I'm excited for that. Flappers is always a lot of fun. And I'll be back at the Ice House next week on September 19th, Friday, I believe at 10 p.m. And then some Fourth Wall Comedy Club shows next Wednesday and Thursday leading up to that Friday show. So I'll be at Fourth Wall twice next week and then the Ice House on Friday. So feel free to come to those shows if you're in the Los Angeles area. Let me know. Send me a DM on Instagram or something if you want tickets. And then I uploaded a full set of my last show at the Ice House, my most recent one from late August. That is on the Moose Media YouTube channel. So if you search my name or Moose Media or both and stand-up comedy, you'll probably find it. So that set was awesome, and I was very excited to post the full thing on YouTube. I'd never posted a full set until that, and that one was worth it. So if you watch that, I'd appreciate it. And I'm getting the fuck out of here now, for real. Thank you very much if you've been listening this far. And I'm going to have another episode soon since I missed Friday. We're going to be talking about probably Aroldis Chapman or something because he's having a hell of a year at 37 years old. So big ups to Big Dog. And have a great weekend. Farewell.